Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm here with a very special car. In 1971, Plymouth and Dodge changed their B-body shape to more of a fuselage one, and I'm here with a 71 Roadrunner. Okay, so the car's owned by Harry, and here he is. Thanks, Harry. Cheers,
Hey,
mate.
How are you, buddy?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, really well.
Good.
So let's go through your car. Tell me about it. So, how long have you had it?
2019, Tony from TGS bought it in for me.
Yep.
And was stock as it is. And then took it home, started rebuilding it, got it painted, and just got it to where it is now.
Yep.
Basically.
So, did you source it from the States?
Yeah.
Yep.
A company called Gateway Classic Cars. They're all over America. And, you know, hundreds and hundreds of photos and videos. So I heard it running. It sounded really tight. I checked everything underneath through the photos, you know, all the webbing, spots where rust might be.
Yep.
And to tell you the truth, there was not 1 ounce of rust on it.
Wow.
When it was all pulled out, it was great. I think just one as big as my thumbnail somewhere in the corner, but that was it. But yeah, really solid car.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Absolutely stunning. And how long did it take to restore?
I was in the panel shop for about 6-7 months, but all the mechanicals I do super quick, so it was gutted in a day. I changed the dash pad, carpets, did the hood lining myself as well, rebuilt the motor. Well, I pulled the original engine out because it's matching numbers, and I shelved that and got another block from another good mate of mine and made it a 438, 440.
So stroker?
Stroker, yeah.
Yep.
All the bits from 440 source in America.
Yep.
Crank, pistons, you know, rods, all that stuff. They were really good, really cheap. Heads I got here. Zoran from Competition Engines did all the heads for me. I built a motor at home. Took it down there, got a dyno, pulls in about 540, 550 horse.
Wow.
With about 580, 590
So it
torque.
goes well.
For a streeter, yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. I know there's 1,000 horsepower cars out there, but it's really good. It's got the Johnson lifters in it, so they're half mechanical, half hydraulic, Yellowtail rockers. But I had them modified from a company in America called B3 Racing Motors, and they changed the geometry because it just wasn't quite right. And I reckon that added easy 30 horsepower to the motor just by getting the geometry right.
There you go. Yeah, it all makes a
awesome.
difference.
Oh yeah, and they were unreal over there. So if anyone's got issues with geometry or cries and stuff, because the shaft and not individual pedestals,
Yep.
they get the whole geometry right. You give them all the measurements, they send you a kit, you install it, see you later.
There
Do
you
your
go.
preloads and everything's good.
So Harry's done most of the assembly work himself, besides the paint, is that right?
Yep, all pulled apart. I drove it like death proof, just a seat, nothing else. Bars were off, glass was out, handles were off. Yeah, cops didn't get me, which was good.
Yep.
But I like pulling it apart myself and putting it back together myself, doing all the gaps.
You've done a fantastic job, mate.
All that stuff.
Absolutely.
It's hard. It's such an old car to get it all perfect, and you're never going to get it perfect. But
Yep.
I'm happy where it's at, considering it was driven all around the States, and who knows what it's done or been through and all
Yeah.
that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's pretty cool. you
Yeah.
know. Everything was complete. I didn't have to buy anything.
So it was all there?
Yeah, everything just reconditioned, all original stuff from the marker lights, bumpers, the grille was original, all the decals obviously that you get. Yeah,
So the car is finished how it was from factory?
correct.
Yep.
Except for just the wider wheels, the
Wider
wider
wheels.
tyres.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I got
That's-
radials, just just for better, on the road and then the wet stuff like that.
Yeah.
One
One of my favourite features about the 71 Roadrunner is the strobe decal going along the roofline there. It just looks so good.
Yeah, I put Caltrax on it because after building the motor it was quite torquey and it twisted the diff, and the yoke would hit the floor, so I put them on it. So that's really, really good now. It just keeps the arse end down and doesn't slide out.
Yep.
It's a 4-speed factory manual car, the 833, and fourth is an overdrive, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that until I built the gearbox, because I rebuilt the gearbox too at home. I got all the bits from another place in America called Brewers. They do everything in manual transmissions for Chrysler and Dodge and Plymouth and all that stuff.
Yep.
So they were really good. I got them delivered and built that at home, chucked that in, and that's all sweet.
Beautiful.
And power steering.
Power steering, yep.
Yeah, it's got electric power steering. It's got a Holden Astra power steering pump under there.
Oh, yeah, there it
Just
is.
that canister there.
Yep.
and just lines fed to the original, well, it's a Borgeson, sorry, power steering box. The ratio's out of control, it's so good. So you lift the bonnet and it still looks like a non-power steering car, but it's got power steering. What happens with the electric power steering, so basically my ignition's on now, hasn't got power steering yet. You'll hear the motor wind.
I'll go over there.
So go over there and hear that. It sounds like a jet.
Yeah, it does. It's like
Yeah,
it's cooling up.
and then it'll settle, which is like that. And that's it. We're ready to go now.
Ready to go.
There it goes. Watch this.
There you go. The car's not even on.
So in here, just with my finger,
How's that?
and the engine's not on.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's the electric power steering. Yeah, people come up to me and say, "Oh, he put a road run on there," but I've got to explain to them that's factory.
Yeah, it's a factory.
That's all factory, you know, and kids love it. They just, you know, freak out. It's something comical, but as you know, straight out of the factory, that's the way it was.
That's the way they were.
Yeah, that's right.
So, did you have any trouble find? Like, is this the colour you wanted as well when you found the
Yeah,
car?
I was looking. You know, I had a 61 Thunderbird. You know, that was my first sort of American car. And it was a beautiful car. Built that too and did all that up. But I wanted something muscle, and I love Chargers, and I've got 68 as well, Dodge Charger. But this is my first, and I just happened to be looking, and there it was, and I thought, wow, this is pretty cool, and then got into it, and
Yeah.
happened to be this colour.
Like, I mean, yeah, very well sought after colour.
Yeah, and it's all factory FC7, if I'm
FC7.
crazy, or Inviolate, whatever you want to call it. And everything else is all, all factory. So
Beautiful, and that's the way it should be, I think, with these
Yeah.
type of cars. Like, they just look good as they do from factory.
And the fender tag's correct, the exhaust tips, the machine gun exhaust tips, they're all factory. Had an argument with a guy once, he thought they weren't.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he goes, oh, they're not factory.
Oh, that happens
I said,
from
yeah, they
time to
are.
time.
Yeah, but then eventually I convinced him. Yeah,
They really went all out when they were designing these
yeah,
things.
they did. So again, the factory colour in the interior. I changed the dash pad on it, cleaned up the gauges, a couple of switches, steering wheel. I mean, I like the original, but I don't know, it seems a little bit thingo, but so I got that one, which is good. I did the hood lining again. Like I said, I did that myself. I've never done one before, but I think it'd come up pretty cool. It's nice and tight.
Trick of all trades, mate. You did a really good job.
Yeah, no, it's good. And obviously, you've got to have some aftermarket gauges.
So this is the boot.
Add to that. And
Very clean. So you got the mat in there. Do you have any troubles with moisture under the mat?
No.
Nothing?
no, not at all. It's all pretty good. I actually didn't put the original rubber. This is from Clark Rubber, believe it or not. The other ones, this is glued in too.
Yeah.
But it gives you just that extra bit of grip, and it really seals well.
Properly. So
Yeah.
wash it.
So it looks very similar, just without that groove.
Yep.
You know. So
Nice. And this, I've never seen a cover
yeah,
on a spare before. Is that?
yeah.
is
There's
that
an option.
an option? Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't come with the car, but I got it because I just like it.
Yeah,
You know, because
it's nice.
it's
It's a full size spare. I can
it
guess.
is.
Yeah.
It's a rally wheel too.
Yeah. One thing about the Roadrunners is that there's so much chrome on the front and rear bumper. Must take you ages to polish them.
Yeah, no, they're all right. Yeah, they're good. I like the guards on them because
Yeah,
you can put
they're-
some serious rubber on it
Yeah.
if you wanted to.
Yeah,
they're
they do.
295s, which are quite large.
And that's the biggest you can fit.
I could put bigger, but then I've got to start changing the, if I wanted to move without tubbing it, the location of the rear springs just to give me a wider rim, but I'm happy with those.
that's the video. I want to say a huge thanks to Harry and let me shoot his Roadrunner. It's an amazing car, mate. And
Thanks, mate.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Anytime, mate.
Cheers.
No problem.
You did a really good job.
It was really fun.
Cheers.
Thank you.
See you in the next video.